We like to talk about who's a bigger disaster on any given day. And whoa, baby, am I a Tasmanian devil of
I thought you were going to say me, and I was about to be angry.
No, today's me. Today's my day. Don't take this from me. Give me my flowers.
I'll give it.
I'm in the winner's circle, the wiener's circle. Because, man, sauce me up. Charge $1.50 at a Costco for me because I'm a wiener, boys. Hey, guys, welcome to Wiener Boys. Name change official. Name change official.
I dissent.
All I do is wean, no matter what. Got glizzies on my mind, I can't ever sauce it up. I hate the term glizzies for a hot dog. You know what I like to call a hot dog?
What?
A shaboom boom. And I wish I could claim it as my own, but I saw it in my algorithm the other day.
Real?
Someone was like, oh man, a Friday night, a couple of cold beverages and a bunch of shaboom booms. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast formerly known as Cold Hands, Warm Hearts.
Absolutely not.
I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half, and welcome to episode 72.
72. I like that
72.
you've always got the numbers. You've always got them dialed.
I try. I do think I've been wrong on a couple, if you go back and listen.
Here's the beauty. It's a miracle we get people to listen the once.
Yeah.
So
let alone
no one's going to go
72
back and
times.
fact check us.
Gosh, I hope not.
Anyone
Gosh,
who
I
goes
hope
back
not.
and fact checks us is not a wiener.
No.
They's a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding, guys. We appreciate you guys listening to us.
Every last one of you. I'll tell you what I enjoyed today, the foliage. It's out.
It's out.
And I think I am granted one episode where I get to talk about the fall foliage, and today's my day.
Foliage Corner with Ashley and Brandon talking about leaves as they change. Foliage Corner with a couple of siblings, cold hands, warm hearts, and check our Facebook page.
And if you went back and fact checked, you would see that I spoke about the fall foliage on multiple episodes last autumn.
You like foliage.
It's my favorite.
Foliage.
Bucket list, and I said it last year, foliage tour of the Northeast.
That's
Put me on a bus with a Polaroid
with all
camera,
the memas,
and I will live my best life.
Listen.
And I've had friends say, after they listened to that last year, they said, let's go. And no one has bought me a ticket.
Well, that's because...
Guess it's on me.
That's because no one thinks you're serious. Everyone's like,
I'm
what
serious.
sort... Listen.
My birthday's coming up, guys. I expect a Greyhound ticket to Vermont.
Again. I just... How are we? How are we from the same?
How did we live the same life?
There is foliage today.
It's pretty.
However,
Okay.
Dreary.
It's rainy. My kind of day.
Rainy day.
I love it.
And I rushed back from work because I wore this because I was going to stay kind of warm and dry.
He's wearing a flannel, guys.
I look like a
Lumberjack.
Who's this? Lumberman. Who's this forest-dwelling lumberman?
That's it.
With his big blue ox and his axe.
Yeah. Paul Bunyan.
Eating a plate of flapjacks.
Yes.
Butter. Syrup.
Yep.
Foliage.
Maple. Oh.
Jeans cuffed and boots.
Yes. It's Brandon.
It's Brandon Birdwell. It's not Paul Bunyan. It's Barndon Bunyams. It's just the knockoff. It's like the roadside attraction at the truck stop, like Paul Bumbums.
Bums.
Come on and see Palm Gums Bumjums in his big blue ox boob. He doesn't have a full axe. It's just a hatchet. He's chopping down ficuses. Careful. Don't get in the wheelhouse of Palm Bungums.
Look at my glasses.
You're fogging them. You're fogging them.
Okay.
Oh, Pog Bonbons. Scourge of the Northeast.
Listen. This is apropos because Hope they're rehearsing their 4th grade music program.
Is it Paul Bunyan?
It's Tall Tales.
Tall Tales with Paul
There's
Bungans.
a whole song about Paul Bunyan in it. Johnny Appleseed. Pecos Bill.
Pingy the Squib.
What?
It's Billy the Kid. He lassos a cyclone. Right? But that's not what he does.
No.
Because he's the knockoff.
Yeah, so what does he do?
They didn't pay the licensing for the Tall Tales. so someone's playing Squimby the Quib. You got Palm Bungans with his big blue boob. Who else is in the Tall Tale? Moderately sized tail.
Johnny Appleseed.
Oh my gosh. Randy Banana Hammock.
What?
He just goes around and he just comes out every now and again showing way too much skin.
Oh.
The Appleseeds are a litigious bunch. You can't. It's Randy Banana Hammock is responsible for spreading bananas
I'm sorry,
all
guys.
over these Estados Unidos.
The knockoff, moderately sized stories. No wonder the kids are so disappointed. No wonder the parents walk out scratching their heads. Is this what our tax dollars are going to?
Did they say Palm Bungans? And was that guy wearing a Speedo? How many kids played the Ox? Who was in there?
Who was in that
Which kids were relegated to be inside Boob the Big Blue Bogs?
I am sweating. Okay.
Me too. It's a lumberman.
Okay. Before we get into the agenda, I need to address something because
no.
I'm fairly certain that you ticked off the Swifties last week.
Oh, no, did
I've heard from a bunch of them who are unhappy with your assessment
I'll tell you this right now.
of the Taylor Swift movie
If there's
experience.
one thing that the Swifties will do,
Rally.
it's mobilize.
They'll rally.
I'm not here to good luck coming for Pong Bungans.
I've got a hatchet.
I've got a hatchet and an ox with a borderline inappropriate name. I got a hatchet and an ox in need of a mammogram. Tell me how I upset the Swifties.
Well, you said a lot of things about Taylor that were not complimentary last week when I was telling you about the Eras Tour movie experience.
You know what?
You were talking about her lack of musical prowess. Mm-hmm. You were talking about...
Thank you for hitting that so hard. Prowess.
You were talking about...
David, prowess.
You did not speak of the friendship bracelets favorably.
No, thank you.
They were a delight.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you've upset them, and I don't know what that means for your future.
You know what? If there's one
I'm
thing with the
fine.
Swifties,
I've aligned with them.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
You are fully indoctrinated, and it's
I'm not fully.
Stop it.
But in this case, I align with them.
Here's the thing.
And against you.
Guys, well, that's the thing. That's how we get you. It's called good cop, bad cop. I'm here to upset the Swifties, and you're here to calm them down.
That's right.
But here's what I'll say.
Okay.
Swifties, please do not expose the hypocrisy that is your doctrine,
You're not
that
helping.
is your ethos, because
Not helping.
Swifties believe that admitting guilt and admitting fault is a path to redemption. All I need to say to the Swifties is a few words. You ready?
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Well done.
Eat it, Swifties.
Well done. Really good.
Thanks. I know.
And that was spur of the moment.
I know. And that keeps me safe evermore.
You're the anti-hero.
I'm the anti-hero.
Okay.
Paul Bungums. Hi, Paul Bum Bums. Who's ready for a stack of flapjacks? No oxes inside.
Do you hear the rasp?
It's
so bad.
I've not heard the rasp for months. It is
guys.
consistent.
I apologize. It's not it's fine that I have to use my voice often.
Yeah.
For this, for the church. It's terrible.
You use your voice professionally.
Oh, yes, but not on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Have you read our byline? Have you read our bio? It's a very professional podcast.
That's right.
Not just professional.
Said ironically. Anyway, I apologize. I do think that the problem
Is me.
is me. was we just returned from our annual fall break pilgrimage to Ho Chi Town, USA. Again, if you have listened for the last year, you will remember our previous pilgrimage to Ho Chi Town, USA.
Yeah.
Our family is going on nigh a decade for this pilgrimage.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of goldenrod out there.
Is that a
growing
thing?
wildly?
What's that? Is that an allergen?
Allergen.
That's an allergen.
Pollen everywhere.
Paul Bungham's everywhere.
Paul Bungham's everywhere. So, guys, we just got back. We left last Thursday for fall break. We returned on Sunday. Yeah. You and Lynn's rode with me and the boys.
Yeah.
You did a great job driving.
I really
Not a
did.
bad drive.
I did a good job.
We stopped at Taco Bueno. Here's what I want the listeners to know about you. All of us voted. We were given several choices. We chose Taco Bueno. You did not. You parked the car in the Taco Bueno lot. You left, went to the on queue, came back.
I went to a quick trip.
Okay.
If you're gonna, if let's get the facts straight.
Okay. Came back with a cup of boiled eggs.
Yeah, I did.
And then you came into the Bueno, and I thought, oh, he's gonna get a taco, a quesadilla. No, you visited the salsa bar.
Yeah.
Got a cup of jalapenos.
Yeah, I did.
And that's what he ate in the car, guys, with his fingers.
Here's the thing.
Boiled eggs and jalapenos.
Here's the thing about me.
Explain that to me. And then was in the car with people for hours.
As we were pulling off, I thought to myself, I said, Self, what is the stinkiest car food you can get?
Got it.
And I nailed it.
Yeah.
I pride myself on being able to stink up a car.
You did it.
I pride myself on being able to stink up a car. Title.
We also had tacos and stuff. So the car was stinky. It was masked.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, guys, this
Hold on, though.
is what
Do you want to know what I
we
did?
deal with.
I didn't eat it whilst driving on the road. I ate
I saw you eat jalapenos while driving.
jalapenos, yes, eggs. However, the gaseous, methane, sulfurous, I ate those with salt and pepper from the Taco Bueno bar.
Yeah.
And then threw them in the Taco Bueno trash can prior to leaving.
Okay.
Ate them all fast.
Okay, but I saw you eat jalapenos in the car. Anyway, guys, I just wanted you to know that. Fun fact.
Yep.
The rest of us got tacos, boiled eggs and jalapenos.
Boiled eggs and jalapenos.
Jalapepes.
I'm in training
So,
for a farting contest.
okay, as we drove into Ho Chi Town.
No? Okay.
No, I'm not even acknowledging. We drive into Ho Chi Town, USA.
Yeah.
I said, I might need to grab some cough syrup because I felt it coming on.
Yeah.
Felt it coming on.
Yeah.
And I said, I might need to just stop my allergies bugging me. And you said, we could stop at the Ho Chi Town Swamp and Booger Mercantile.
I did.
And I laughed.
Because you thought I made it
you
up.
made that up.
That sounds like something I would make up.
Yeah, it does. It's a real place, guys.
Booger Mercantile.
Booger Mercantile.
The Boogie Merg.
So the rest of the trip, we called it Ho Chi Booger, USA.
You did.
And I created an album for everyone
You did.
called Ho Chi Booger.
I have not
USA.
engaged, nor have I accepted the invitation to be a part of the Booger album.
Anyway, we've been changing up our accommodations over the last few years. This year, we stayed at a lovely cabin called Legends of the Fall. Would you like to tell people what the Wi-Fi password was?
It was Brad Pitt.
It was Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
They took it seriously.
Well, when they did that, they had a real good laugh.
A chuckle.
And thought they were just clever.
And they were.
Well,
We chuckled.
no.
So it was a great cabin. Great cabin. The kids had their own upstairs area. We all had our own room, own bathroom. It was great. Here's what I will say about cabins, though. Knotty pine is a loud material. There's no insulation in those things.
Yeah.
So when the kids were upstairs, herd of elephants up there, nightly,
Worst.
every morning.
Yeah.
But aside from that, it was a really, really great place to stay. Thoroughly enjoyed it. No burn ban this year. We got to have a fire.
Yeah.
Last year, we sat around a candle, like
Yeah.
a bunch of sad sacks. This year, we had an actual fire.
Yeah, see? There you go.
It was great. Remember last year, we talked about the cabin we stayed. We didn't give the name. We protected it. But there were multiple leaks in that cabin.
Yeah.
One of them rained in on Jeff as he slept.
Yeah. And he didn't wake up, did he? He slept right through it, I thought.
No, he woke up.
Okay, I thought he slept right through it for some weird reason.
He woke up. Okay, so day one of this adventure, this
you're
pilgrimage.
doing this. You're doing a whole recap.
We went kayaking. This was Crindy's idea. So on this trip, it was your family, you, Lindsay, and Benny, our family, and mom and dad. Crindy and Harry. And Jeff did not join us yet because he was flying in from the Netherlands.
You know,
As you do.
Thursday.
As you do.
Just a Thursday for Jeff. Coming in from the Netherlands. Oh, save me a kayak. Please. Oh, what are you eating? How many different types of herrings is this?
I'm so sorry to our friends from the Netherlands.
How do you say? Kayak. And who is this Paul Bunkins that you speak of? Billy Ray Cyrus? Billy the Kid Cyrus?
What?
Who is this?
I'm sorry.
Little Annie Oakley's?
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, see you at Sipuka Mercantile in Hochi. Hochi Mochi. Bye.
I'm so sorry, guys.
That's Jeff on his way back from the Netherlands.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed that for the first 24 hours after he gets back from a place, he's just completely adopted the accent of everywhere he goes?
Yeah.
It's not
very
true.
distinct. No,
It's
not
not
at
true.
all. So we did go kayaking in Beavers Bend State Park. What a perfect morning that was. I will say this for you. You got in your own kayak.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with anyone.
You didn't want to kayak with a kid.
No, I didn't want to. No, I didn't want to kayak with another human.
You didn't.
You
got your own. And you took off.
When Daddy yaks, he likes to go solo bolo, my babies. I don't yak with another person because I'll tell you what they do.
Slow you down.
They slow down my
You had so many critiques of people's paddling.
because everyone sucked at it. I watched your two boys.
Guys, it happened the whole time.
I watched your two boys just go in circles because they wouldn't stop rowing on the same side of the freaking kayak. And I would go by them and go, guys, if you alternate sides, you'll stay straight. And then they wouldn't do it. And every time I would come up behind them, because I just was going back and forth and back and forth.
You were so
And
fast.
guys, I'm a fast yak. Yes. And I would come back by them. And every time I would start to get close to passing them, I could see it in their face that they're like, don't let him pass us. Like they got really competitive. Yeah. But then they would just start paddling so hard.
They were worn out. Poor fella.
And on the same side. And so as I'm passing them, they're just going in a circle as if someone pulled a drain plug at the bottom of the river.
That's not true. But it's a funny image. It was beautiful. But you charted the course and you took off.
I did.
Meanwhile, the rest of us, Crindy had her own kayak. She was cruising.
I'm telling you, I don't yak with other people.
Okay. But here is what I loved. Mom was behind me. We were out there for probably about an hour, which was plenty because we paddled far and it was a workout.
Uh-huh.
And I was with Hopi. And Crindy was behind us. And at one point, I could hear Crindy saying out loud, and this, I'm sure my face was just beaming and it hurt from smiling. I heard Mom back there and she was going like this. God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the blue sky. Thank you that I'm able to do this. Thank you for my family. And it was so precious. And I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And I thought, Crindy is living her best day right now.
Yeah.
And it made me happy.
Well, listen.
And it was a great day. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I was too far ahead to hear that.
I know.
I was too far ahead to hear that because I took off.
You had a goal.
I did. I was gonna.
You were getting in a workout.
I was gonna wean.
To heck with my family.
Yeah.
Daddy's got a ride.
Daddy's got a ride. Daddy's got a yak.
Daddy's got a yak.
Daddy yaks like a champion.
So that night, you and Lindsay made tachos.
Yeah.
They were.
She did.
Mexican street corn tachos. They were great.
Make tachos.
You did make tacos.
I made tacos.
It was a great dinner.
Yeah.
Sad that Jeff wasn't there for it.
Well, he was eating Flugenbargens.
He joined us the next day.
Yeah.
Flying in.
And that's when the party really got started.
And that's when the party started.
You'll notice that's when I started having fun.
Right.
When Jeff showed up.
Right. Okay.
Because my life mate showed up.
Oh, well, he and Hope went for a hike immediately after he arrived, and they sent a video in the family text thread. And it was Hope looking all cute on the side of a, not a cliff because there aren't any cliffs, but like a.
It was Hope hanging off the side of a cliff. It was Jeff hoisting Hope Simba style over the side of a. She had a red mark across her forehead.
It was super weird.
Hope Hunyama, hunyama.
But then he pans from...
He could hoist her like that. She weighs like 2 pounds.
Absolutely.
I bet you she weighs less than baby Simba.
Not true. But then he pans down and there's just a swollen diaper just on the hiking trail next to her. And I thought, oh, what a cute nope, I see what he did there.
Yeah.
He's trying to be funny. But then that evening we had a birthday party for you and Lindsay.
Yeah.
Because we had not celebrated your birthdays yet. We celebrated by having a grilled cheese competition.
Yeah.
We've been planning for this for almost a year. 2 people in the family take credit for this, Harrison and Jeff, for conceiving this idea.
Okay.
I still don't know who it is. I don't know whether to trust my firstborn or my husband. Quandary. A quandary.
It's Jeff. You trust Jeff.
Well, I don't know. Harrison's pretty adamant.
Above all else, trust Jeff.
Okay. But
I'm wearing a t-shirt under my lumberman shirt that says that.
That says
Above all
that?
else, trust Jeff.
Okay.
I have a tattoo on my left cheek.
Sounds weird.
Butt cheek.
I don't like it.
Okay. What, you don't like my left butt cheek?
Nope.
Thanks.
And I
Good.
don't like your tattoo.
Good. It's not available to be liked by the likes of you.
Anyway, we all purchased our ingredients and brought them to the cabin.
Yeah.
And this was intense. People were...
It was in a cabin.
People...
Come on. That's a good dad joke drop in.
It was really good. People were being very secretive, Crindy. Talking to you, Crindy.
Yeah.
We had the only 2 people who didn't enter the competition were Lindsay and Dad, Papa, Harry B. Harry B was the score tabulator. Rimsey was the professional judge. The rest of us entered a sandwich into the competition.
Yeah.
So we spent, how many hours did the whole thing take?
A couple.
Hours.
It wasn't crazy, but it was a couple.
I made the Pioneer Woman best tomato soup ever to accompany.
Yeah.
It was great. People
Sponsor us,
sponsor us, Drummond.
Drummond.
And then we all made our own sandwich. Here is the way it all shook out.
Just so you know, I have some opinions about it all. So you give your take, and I have opinions.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You have opinions?
I do.
Okay, so best use of everyday ingredient went to Harrison. He used a baby bell, sliced it up and put it in there. Best cheese stretch, Hopi.
Okay.
Very stretchy cheese.
Yeah.
Best garnish was Benny.
Mm-hmm.
He hand drew Homer Simpson.
He didn't hand draw it. He printed it on a computer.
He printed it on a computer.
And then I cut it out.
And we cut him out. He put him on. Anyway, I was trying to create some drama here.
Okay, well.
But anyway, it was a great garnish,
it was
Ben.
great. That was a great garnish.
Most surprising was me. I did a pimento cheese, grilled pimento.
Yeah.
It was great. Most inventive, Crindy. She did some puff pastries with goat cheese. Then best used of fungus was Jeff. He had an onion and mushroom situation with Munster cheese. Best crunch went to you. Great texture.
Best texture, yeah.
You used a lot of butter.
Yeah, I did.
Whole lot of butter.
Yeah.
Best professional judge, Lindsay. Best score tabulator, Harry B. Best overall / cheese whiz. He didn't use cheese whiz. That's the name we gave him. Went to Asher Engle. Your thoughts?
Contested. Officially contested.
What?
And here's why.
Okay. You going to take it away from my 12-year-old?
Because my score was so skewed by my son, who I told
Mine too.
who I told you in advance, he should not be allowed to vote because if it's got anything interesting in it,
Anything fancy.
that's not just cheese. He literally came up to me and goes, "Dad, I'm sorry, it's got green stuff in it. You get a 0."
Yeah.
And
Mine had red stuff in it.
I made a garlic fire fresh roasted hatch green chili compound butter.
Yes.
Used Munster cheese, cheddar cheese, open faced broil closed, and got the perfect
Sourdough
texture.
bread.
I got 3rd place, and the 2 people that finished ahead of me received 10s from Benjamin because they used regular cheese.
You have to take this into consideration.
I was
didn't
lobbying.
even
I'll
finish
say
in
it
the
right now,
top 3.
and I know. Well, it's because you didn't belong in there. But listen, guys.
You told me mine was great.
It was great, but it's not as great as mine. No.
Okay.
Listen, here's the thing. I cheese like I yak.
Yes.
I yak to win.
Sure.
I cheese to win.
Sure.
And I here's the thing.
Okay.
By winning the adult category, I won the actual do something interesting category. And I'll tell you right now, my
did something interesting.
I tried to say ahead of time, don't let him vote. Don't let him vote. But guess what happened? He voted.
And you know what? It happened as a show.
No, and here's the thing.
Asher made
I
a
lost
delicious
to
sandwich.
2 children, and
Harrison
I'm an
made a
adult.
delicious sandwich.
And I short stand for it.
Okay. Well, maybe next year you need to have an adult and a kid category.
Yeah, or just don't let the kid who only eats one thing vote.
He loves a grilled cheese. He knows what he likes. He likes simple
He
ingredients.
does. He's a man of simple tastes.
And honestly, he might be the foremost authority on a grilled cheese.
Yeah, but not one that's not the same.
Anyway, suffice it to say,
Brandon's
those of
bitter.
us-
Suffice it to say, Brandon has beef. And it was on sourdough too, which he hates.
title of your
Brandon
memoir.
has beef.
or suffice it to say.
Suffice it to say, ... Brandon has beef, parentheses, with everything, close parentheses, forward by no one
is
because,
surprised.
because Brandon doesn't want anyone else involved. This is a solo project. Brandon writes like he acts
Yeah,
by himself.
by himself.
Open water.
Yeah,
Daddy's got a ride.
Daddy's got a ride. That's a good title. But suffice it to say, those of us who deviated from the normal formula for a grilled cheese sandwich
Got slapped
got
down
slapped down.
by one Benjamin Birdwell.
But Ben tried every one of them, which was amazing.
Kinda.
Well, he might have eaten around some ingredients, the fungus and whatnot. But so Jeff's deviation was fungus and onions.
He also used green chilies.
Yours were chilies.
He also used green chilies though.
Jeff did, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
One thing I will say is that all the cheeses tasted good.
They were all delicious.
They were all delicious treats.
And it was a super fun thing. We're already thinking about what to do next year.
Mm-hmm.
Do we do a baked good? You vetoed that already because you don't like them.
Well, here's the thing.
Do we do small bites? Do
As
we
it-
do tacos?
Pizza. So here's the thing. If we're talking, I mean, you guys could do a baked good if you want.
But I shan't be participating.
I'm just not. It's just not my thing. I'm not good at it.
I'll give them all ones.
I'm not good. No,
And
I won't
zeros.
even. I won't even eat them. And here's the thing: I don't like sweets, so I wouldn't show up and just start scoring people zeros because I have some sort of
you
preconceived
not?
notion. No, I wouldn't even taste them.
You've got beef with sugar.
I've got beef with sugar and pepper, both of them. Our parents' dogs,
Our parents' dogs.
who I don't know.
The Spice Girls.
How long have they had them?
Oh, it's been, we share the same birthday, the Spice Girls and I.
All their favorites. All their favorites on November 18th.
Okay.
And then somehow Mr. Accident over here.
Stop it.
Mr. Whoopsie Daisy.
Oh my gosh, Brandon.
Mr. Who invited this guy to the party?
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Knockoff Barn and Beefwell, Mr. Pong Bungungs.
Misinformation corner over here.
Mr. Information Corner.
Okay. But I will say this for that competition, a lot of dairy. More than one of us had a rough night.
Dude,
is
I'll
what
tell you.
I'm
I'll tell you this right now. A lot of dairy in the competition, and as a result, I'm walking around with a lot of derriere now. Packed it on, choo choo. Next stop, these cakes,
But it was rough on the tum-tum
cheese
for
cakes.
several people that evening.
Yeah, it was not great. And
Worth it though.
worth it. But here's the
Worth
thing.
it.
Here's the thing, and I don't think she did this on purpose because she always has them. But on this particular trip, Crindy always keeps a pot of black beans on the boil.
Always.
So if you're looking to get fibrosis, if you're looking to clear some churst,
We had beans.
Bean City.
We had it. But we had fire pit with s'mores that night as if we needed more, calories and heaviness. Okay.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I will say
10
there
of us.
are moments I had to take very long walks in the mornings.
Yes, you did.
And because
Solo. Daddy's got a ride.
I do. I need my alone time, and I like to recollect myself because, man, you don't really realize it. That's a lot of people in one house.
Well, and in a cabin such as Legends of the Fall,
It's intense.
Wi-Fi password Brad Pitt,
Yeah,
concrete floors, not much insulation. It's loud in there.
it's loud, and it's a lot, and it's overstimulation. And I needed to kayak
You did it.
and walk.
You did it.
Did it?
Okay, we ate lunch the next day at Grateful Head Pizza, which is one of our favorite places.
It's great.
What are all the pizzas we got this time? The Meat Lovers.
Jeff ordered them because he's the
He keeps track.
He's the lead. He got like a meat one. He got like a
Veggie.
barbecue one. He got a veggie one.
The barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
So delicious. Delicious brews there.
Yeah, it's great.
Eat outside.
Stone Cloud Astro Dog. Shout out Stone
Sponsor
Cloud.
us, Stone Cloud.
Shout out Stone Cloud. Joel Irby from Stillwater, Oklahoma, doing
Right?
big things.
Yeah.
all the way out in
Delicious.
Booger Town, USA.
Town, USA. Then we watched we watched you guys have a major horseshoes competition. There was a horseshoe pit outside.
And man, I'll tell you this about a horseshoe pit.
Yeah.
Regulation horseshoe pit distance, far.
It was far.
Far.
Very far.
Sciatica. Far. I got a pinched nerve.
Between you and Jeff?
Yeah, it was great.
We sat out there for a long time.
Pointless yard games are wonderful.
Yeah. Cornhole.
Yeah.
Horseshoes. A game of horseshoes.
A game of horseshoes. That's my favorite part of the game of horseshoes is that the song Tennessee by Arrested Development came on, and there's a part where a lady has a weird spoken word moment where she says, "I challenge you to a game of horseshoes. A game of horseshoes." And
it was perfect.
It was so meta. Horseshoes while horseshoes.
Also, Hopi was the judge for that competition.
She was.
She busted out into some spontaneous dancing.
That was my favorite thing I've ever seen. Hope dancing.
Hopi will dance.
Hope dancing was my favorite, like legitimately my favorite thing I've ever seen. It's all I've.
It's the best.
It's the thing I never knew that I needed, but now I just cannot go without.
Yeah. It brings a lot of joy.
She likes to boogie.
She likes to boogie.
Boogie in Booger Town.
And it just happens, and she is very serious about it.
Yeah.
She just moves to the music.
And I'll tell you what she's not doing. Some of this soulless curated tiki talk dancing.
No.
She's doing shoulder shuffles.
Oh, body rolls.
She's punching pennies.
Punching pennies.
She's getting down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
I know. It's great, and I'm glad you got to see it. I'll try to. No, I'm not going to say that because she won't do it. But I was going to say I might try to capture some video and send it to you in case you're having a low moment.
That's
just
it.
Watch that.
I'm just gonna get a pair of glasses, and on the inside of one side of them, I'm just gonna have a loop of Hope dancing right in front of my left eye all day long.
All day. That's all we need.
And I'll be wheels up.
Yes.
I'll be
yakking through life.
Yakking through life.
So we watched the OU and OSU games, both victorious.
Yeah.
That day.
Okay.
Not every day.
Welcome to Sports Corner with Ashley. Here goes nothing. Yeah, the footy ball boys won the biggie game.
They did it.
Who's ready to play football?
Then that night, we were going to watch a Halloween movie. We watched Jaws.
That was Harrison's fault.
Okay. All right. Well, we did it.
That's the end of that statement.
Okay.
That was Harrison's fault.
We did it.
And it's not a Halloween movie.
It's scary.
It literally takes place around the 4th of July.
Yeah, scary.
That is literally the crux of the entire thing.
It's on our list.
It's the 4th of July. Is it the 4th of July or Memorial Day? It's one of them. I'll tell you what it's not. Horgabang. It's not. Welcome back to Poor Bungang's Horgabang. Where, what's this activity? You borging for haggles?
Where we watch the knockoff of Jaws.
Yeah.
Teefs.
Teefs. I'm gonna get you. How?
It's a piranha that's like 6 inches long.
It's just a largemouth bass. It's just a mud-dwelling catfish, and it just eats a noodler's arm. And that's the end of the movie. Welcome back to Teeps.
Barbs.
We gotta close the beach for the 4th. Teeps is back. And he's munching forearms up and down the coast.
The Mississippi.
Up and down.
Oh.
Just when you thought it was safe to get back into the mud. Teeth. Mammoth. Mammoth.
But it's just on a banjo.
Yeah. Y'all come back now, you hear? Teeth's 2. It's 2 of them next time. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the knockoff Tall Tales is my favorite. But while we were watching this, I could sense our parents' annoyance because we talked the whole time. The whole time. We talked the whole time. The kids talked the whole time. And we played the game, which is the best/worst game to play when you're watching movies that are older, which is
Guess how old the person was when they played the role?
Yes.
Yeah, it can either make you feel real good or real bad.
Most of the time bad.
I don't know, man. Robert Shaw looks pretty weathered in that movie.
And he was 45.
Yeah.
And that's how old Jeff is.
You got Jeff walking around.
That was disheartening.
You got Jeff walking around looking like an LL Bean model.
Yeah.
You know what Jeff could do?
Does.
Jeff could do runway work.
I mean,
Jeff looks like he
he's a
should be
handsome man.
he looks like he should be the face of a line of puffy vests.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Outdoorsy crossover.
Salt and pepper on the chin.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He's a handsome man. I'm a lucky lady. Anyway, that game is, and here's the discussion we were having, much to our parents' chagrin as they tried to watch the movie. Future generations will not have the same benefits that we do.
No.
Because of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And just the expectations for beauty nowadays. Botox, high def.
Thanks a lot, Kim Kardashian.
Right? But for us, like you said, 80s old is very different
80s,
than 2000 old.
80s 40 is 2023 64.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
So sorry, Gen Z,
Yeah.
you're not going to have that benefit. What we're saying is you're going to be depressed from here on out each time you watch a movie.
Well, you could just end it. You guys, you're going to be depressed from here on out.
Right.
That's it.
If you consider how old these actors and actresses are, don't even go down that road, guys.
Don't bother it.
Don't
bother with it.
You're going to feel bad about yourself.
You're going to feel bad. And then
You're going to call your injector the next day.
It's going to be Botox City.
Botox
for
City
you.
for you. But yeah, that game is disheartening sometimes. So the funny thing happened the next morning. So as we're packing up to go on Sunday, which is always the worst part, hate it. Just a flurry of activity. You left. Daddy's got to ride solo. You took a walk while we all did it.
I went for a really long walk by myself.
Only to come back and throw away my air mattress.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Do you know what you don't do when you don't want your air mattress thrown away? You don't throw it in a white trash bag and then stack it right next to all the trash.
Guys.
That's not what you do.
We were stacking all of our stuff by the door, and I brought an air mattress thinking that we might need an extra place to sleep.
In a hefty bag.
It was packed in a hefty bag because I couldn't find the bag it came with. And Brandon breezes in from his solo walk to help.
Yeah,
be fair,
thanks for that.
We had all been working for like an hour, but anyway, grabs the air mattress, tosses it in the trash. So we have to go back out.
I had an air mattress in one hand and a bunch of trash bags in the other. And the amount of trash bags was enough to offset the weight of the other side. So it all felt like trash. It just all felt like trash.
So then we had to go dig it out of the trash can. There was so much trash juice.
Yeah.
All over the air mattress bag. Salmon scales.
There was so much trash juice all over the air mattress bag.
That's what happened. Anyway, it was fine. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for thinking that through before you put it where you put it.
That's right. So, and I actually had the thought as I said it there, I bet that could get thrown away. And then I got distracted by something and left it.
And then you thought, I'm going to blame Brandon for this, even though I'm the tip of the spear for what's happening right now.
Sure. And that's how I live my life, honestly. So, okay, the day before Jeff had taken the kids down, there was a pond around the corner from the cabin to fish. And it was his fly rod. Well, Harrison was fishing and they lost the fly. And so that put an end to that because they didn't have another one. The next morning, we're packing up to leave. And Lindsay goes, Jeff, you've got some fuzz on your back or whatever. It was the fly that had become hooked in Jeff's shirt. He slept with it on there all night and just was walking around with a fly hook in his shirt.
You know what? I was conflating that and the leak. He slept through the lure. He didn't sleep through the leak.
Yeah, I guess it didn't break the skin.
Well, it's a good thing.
I know. It's just grumpy old man style. Grumpier. Of course, that was a hook to the face.
What an unbelievably dated and esoteric reference, grumpier old men.
Well, anytime I see like a...
You know, kids, the Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau movie. Yeah. We're trying to skew young with this podcast.
P.S. They were like 40 when they filmed. You're welcome. Okay. On the way to Broken Bow, Lindsay was asking me a whole lot of questions about the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie experience.
I'm out of this.
Which made me think of a thing that I saw. We're not going to talk Taylor anymore, okay? Don't worry. About the backstage demands that musicians have.
Yeah, like tour riders and such.
Exactly. So I wanted to talk about some of these ridiculous things that musicians have, okay? For example, Beyonce. This comes from Business Insider magazine. Beyonce demands that her dressing room be kept at 78 degrees and asks for chicken legs that have been heavily seasoned with cayenne pepper, and she needs rose-scented candles. Also, no Coke products because she has a deal with Pepsi. Okay, so those are her major demands.
Man, the thing is, she's not eating chicken wings before she goes out there.
Who is?
Not nobody.
Do you think she's trying to clear out her sinuses with the cayenne?
Maybe. That's what she does. It's part of her warm-up. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you're ready for... Yeah. My body too bone. Yeah. Can you pay my... Yeah. Can you pay my automobile? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Adele asked...
It gets so crazy. Yeah. Coming to the door and look, it's so crazy. Yeah.
Here's Adele's. Chicken salad sandwiches. Marlboro Lights.
Okay. She's not smoking Marlboro Lights with pipes like that.
Somebody is. She asks for the best quality red wine and 6 metal teaspoons. Also, no organic honey. Get out of here with organic honey.
I like it straight out the factory farms.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Producer just sent me over the craziest two writers of all time, and so far Beyonce is on here.
Really?
Listed her
As the most demanding?
as one of them. You've got Rihanna.
She can be.
Rihanna.
What is
George Clooney?
What does Rihanna want?
For George Clooney's famous concerts? I don't know. Beyonce, Van Halen, Katy Perry, Madonna, J-Lo, Drake.
Van Halen, weren't they the ones who demanded no M&Ms other than brown?
That sounds right. Now I've heard rumors in the scene that a lot of times bands will do this just to see if venues are paying attention.
Why?
Because they can.
Nobody has time for
Briono,
that.
during her last Girl on Earth tour in 2010, Briono's writer requested knockoff Rihanna.
Yeah.
Briono's almost last Girl on Earth tour in 2010. Briono's writer requested 11 dressing rooms and offices, including one with a 6-foot comfortable couch wide enough for her to stretch out and sometimes take a nap. That doesn't seem too extreme.
Okay.
Just a Briono nap.
Okay.
A little. That's all it says on here.
Oh.
Producer didn't send me a
Detailed thing.
It just says a list of the names, but
That's not helpful.
he's never helpful. It's not what he's good at.
So Kanye, you ready for this?
Kwame?
1 tub of plain yogurt for dipping, 4 small Yoplait yogurts. He likes his yogurt. 1 bowl of assorted nuts. 1 bowl of sun-kissed salted pistachio nuts, no red coloring. You guys share that in common.
Oh my gosh. The revelation of that story.
When Brandon was young, guys, he had to wear a necklace.
Welcome to Trauma Corner. Welcome to recently resurfaced Trauma Corner.
You were talking about it
Brandon.
on the trip. Tell the people.
So guys, listen. Back in the 80s, there was this whole thing going around that red dyes caused hyperactivity and those predisposed to hyperactivity.
I think that's still a thing.
And I'm speaking. And I was recently reminded,
Yeah.
all too recently,
Yeah, last week.
at the age of 41, I was reminded that at one point in my life, I had to walk like a little duckling in the line from one preschool to another preschool.
Yeah.
And one of the preschools discovered that I acted different on the days that they served me cherry cobblers. And then upon further investigation, we learn that these cherry cobblers that I'm scarfing down, husky boy that I am, husky little duckling, I'm scarfing it and it's got red dye in it. And so 2 + 2 = 4. Brandon can't have red dye anymore. So 2 things happen. Okay, a hungry little sweet tooth is now denied cherry cobbler on cherry cobbler day. All of his contemporaries enjoying it. You gonna eat that? You gonna eat that? Eating their cherry cobblers and yucking it up. Brandon over here in the corner twiddling his thumbs, waiting till he has to walk over to the Catholic preschool. So he's sitting here. He can't have his cherry cobblers. And then to add insult to injury, to remind the people over at the Catholic preschool that Brandon's not allowed to have red dye, they made me a necklace. They made me a necklace that said, "No red dye for me."
It was the scarlet letter.
And then they said, "Wear your shame. Wear your shame to St. Mary's." And also, at the end of it, you know what you don't get? To drown your sorrows in cherry cobbler, because you're not allowed red dye.
And now look at him.
Now look at me.
He still wears that necklace.
I wear that necklace. I got it tattooed on my chest just as a reminder. No red dye for me. Please and thank you.
Trying to keep you safe and the teachers sane.
Yeah, I get what they were doing.
You don't know how you acted after that red dye.
Wear your shame. I blacked out. I just blacked out.
Just red or all around your mouth.
It's like I would wake up in the corner, clothes all torn, like when you see someone waking up after turning into a werewolf, but really I was just the cherry cobbler boy. Batten down the hatches. Brandon's had some cobbler. I hope you've anchored the bookshelves to the wall because Brandon got into the red dye. Chubby little duckling got into some cherry cob. And now he's passed out half naked in the corner. Red face, looked like he just ate a deer. But nope, it's just Cherry's Jubilee in here.
Oh my gosh.
Off to St. Mary's with you. Don't forget your necklace. You disgusting piece of human garbage.
They were trying to keep you safe. Okay.
Is that what they were doing? Anyway, memories, guys.
You and Kanye have that in common.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's what happened. That's why Kanye went off the rails recently. It wasn't anything else. He just had some cherry cobbler and got to tweeting. Tweeting inappropriate stuff. Just taking big old shovels full of cherry cobbler to the dome in between each 140 character tirade. That's what happened when he jumped up on stage and upended Taylor Swift's awards. Taylor, I'm going to let you finish, but I just had some cherry cobbler and I've got something to say.
His old back.
Beyonce had the best video of all time, and it's because of the wings.
It's because of the cayenne.
It's because of the cayenne and the wings. It's spicy.
His last backstage list, cherry cobbler topped it.
It's
And
him.
Now
Kanye West came through on the cherry cobbler tour. At the end of the set, cherry cobbler rains from the rafters all over the crowd.
Ugh, can you imagine the sticky mess?
It's all I can think about. Because you know why? I've been deprived of cherry cobbler my entire life.
So that brings me to my next question.
Would you like some cherry cobbler?
Would you like it? I have it right here. For those of you who don't know, Brandon's a musician.
Yeah, okay.
And
Go on.
so I've been backstage with you at shows.
Yeah.
And it'll be in an establishment that either has a partnership with a restaurant or a restaurant is there. Mm-hmm. There's catering. So they let you order from the menu, which is a delight. Also, they've got a mini fridge for you with waters, maybe some brews.
Maybe some cold beers.
Cold beers, whatever. If you had reached a level of fame, say
Thanks for the
as
reminder.
a Briono.
No, thanks for the reminder. This is good. Listen, I get it.
If you had, what was that?
I don't know. Someone's just rang my doorbell, but it's not.
Cool.
It's not. I'm not going to talk to them.
If you were at a level of, say, a Briono, a Beyonce, a Kanye, a Tay-Tay.
You're just. I love that you're just listing people. Like I will have to have reached Brandon. Right? It's one name level that you're listing.
That's right. Bebo, what would your backstage request be? Like if you could request any you don't like to eat before you perform.
But I'll tell you what, there's
tummy.
nothing better than coming off stage to a nice heaping Dixie plate of cherry cobbler.
Yes.
No, what I think that maybe like a platter of like a light deli meats, deli meats that I could maybe have a little meat snack, but not overindulge.
This is pre-show.
Yeah, maybe that, but maybe like a after post, maybe like a chicken wing.
Burger?
I like a chicken wing, maybe a burger.
Okay.
Maybe a pizza, maybe a pizza.
Sure.
A couch so I could take a nap.
Yeah, 6
You
feet.
know, Barono.
Longer than that.
I would be hanging off the edge of Briano's couch.
You sure would.
Yeah, I don't think I would like to have I feel like anytime I play a place and they have like a spread and they ask me if I want things, I feel like I turn into this like really meek, over accommodating person. I'm like, oh, I don't need anything. Just, And
really
I feel
do.
weird asking for things.
Sure, you don't want to be a diva.
I don't want to be a Briano.
No. I would
Who
think,
am I kidding? I want to be a Briano so
Sure.
bad I can taste it.
Right.
I can taste the cayenne.
We all do.
Yeah.
Well, that was a Beyonce.
Well, she wants to be Briano so bad she can taste the cayenne.
Well, and now you've upset the
beehive.
beehive.
God, I'm getting swarmed by bees. I'm like Macaulay Culkin and My Girl.
Okay. Oh gosh.
That's a morbid.
Too
that's
soon.
a morbid reference.
Oh man, I was just going to move right past that, but I'm not.
No.
News from the Nextdoor app.
Yeah.
Bruce, name not protected, is selling a wooden plaque
Okay.
for $55.
Okay.
It's in excellent condition, and it is a very detailed rendition of The Last Supper.
Sure.
How does Bruce know?
How detailed it is?
Yeah.
Was there.
Was he?
Because he's 1980s 40. He's an old guy, Bruce. And I'll tell you, do you want to know how Bruce knows?
Yes.
Bruce Almighty.
Oh, sure.
How about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was
God.
13 in that.
Yeah. Jim Carrey was 13.
Okay.
And Morgan Freeman was 900. I don't know what happened. I've aged well beyond my years.
He's looked the same
He does.
forever. It's amazing. Okay, Nick asks, name not protected.
Okay.
Does anyone have an insulated shipping box that would fit a deceased cat? I'm having her skull preserved. Thank you.
What?
Yeah.
I don't.
Nick.
Nick is out here. Get just cat skulls.
I feel like this is a very personal thing to put out on the internet.
I agree. You got both ends of the spectrum. You got someone with the Last Supper, and you got a cat skull in a shoebox.
I know. I have a lot of questions for
That is the full spectrum of humanity. So where do the rest of us fall?
It really is. Okay, the last thing from the Nextdoor app, they're posting links to this thing called Treat Map. You enter your address and post what treats you're going to be handing out for Halloween. How do you feel about that? I think that takes the surprise out.
I don't like it. I don't like it because you need to know, so you show up, some lady gives you a toothbrush, some lady gives you some popcorn wrapped in plastic. Out of here.
Pennies.
Mm-hmm. I don't need it.
I think they mainly do it for people with allergies.
People are going to swarm the full-size Snickers house.
Right.
It's going to be like a T Swift concert in there.
Yeah. I just like the idea of being surprised.
Yeah.
It's part of the treat.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get.
And if you don't like it, that's the trick.
That's the trick.
You've removed the trick and the treat.
Anyway, sponsor
Well
us.
done, Treat Maps.
Sponsor us, Treat Maps. Okay. Then someone posted a birthday greeting for their cat Snuggles. Happy B-Day, Snuggles. 21 years young.
Again, does Snuggles have an account? How does, just turn to Snuggles on the sofa
Did you
and say
miss
it.
that the cat's 21 years old?
Yeah, but cats live forever.
21 now.
Cats are like Morgan Freeman in that way.
How is...
Meow. That's how Morgan Freeman would be if he was a cat.
That's really good. How is...
Meow, meow, meow.
Your algorithm.
It is, I don't know what happened. The frogs have gotten even more ramped up. It is Frog City. I sent you some of them.
Yes, you did.
But it is Frog City.
Guys, if you don't follow us on the socials, we're at CHWH Pod. Every Friday we post a How's Your Algorithm Roundup. Follow it. We have fun there. I'm in the thrifting algorithm. People who buy stuff at thrift stores and then convert it to other things or post their thrift store hauls.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
super fun.
I'll tell you something right now. If someone hasn't opened a thrift store called Taylor Thrift, they're doing it way wrong.
Idea.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you sell there?
Dreams. Hopes. Friendship bracelets. Glow sticks.
It's fair. Sequence.
Leg warmers. I don't know.
What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Just trying to get caught back up on. Just got caught back up on Only Murders in the Building, and then Halloween movies. And again, I forget which ones. Oh, you know what I've been watching? Jaws.
Okay. Crindy made us watch the newest episode, or the first episode
The
of
Great British Baking Show.
the newest season.
I enjoyed it.
It was great. I'm in. I'll probably revisit it at another time when I don't have Halloween movies trying to take over.
You got your dance cards pretty full.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about quickly a podcast series that I've been listening to. I meant to mention it a few episodes back. It's a podcast called Shameless, hosted by some Aussie gals. They're a delight to listen to. I could listen to them chat all day. But pop culture, they did a series on Gwyneth and Goop and sort of the rise of Goop and the life of Gwyneth. It was fascinating. 3-part series. Did I talk about that already?
I don't know.
Anyway, it was great. What's your warm heart?
I know what yours is going to be, so I'm not going to double up on it.
I don't know if you know.
Oh, well, mine is going to be, I told you I've been working on a new record very quietly, and I am very proud of it, and it's been a very great exercise with some folks collaborating with them, Michael Trepanier and Ethan Neal, and it's been making me really happy.
Yay!
So that process has been really
we can't wait to
special
hear
to me.
it.
It's my favorite thing I've ever done.
Brandon.
It'll be a little while before it comes out, but it's my favorite thing I've ever done.
That is
great.
high praise. And you know what? I already love it.
Oh.
For that reason.
What's yours?
Okay.
Brandon doesn't do emotions well. That's on the record.
That's the first song.
The record's called Brandon Doesn't Do Emotions Well.
Yes. It's apropos. My warm heart is specifically, the trip. Specifically the grilled cheese competition.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be.
So fun. New tradition for sure.
So guys, as a new segment, I'd like to, my cold hands for this week is the grilled cheese competition because it was stolen from me by my child. Okay.
Listen.
There's layers to this.
You got in the top 3, so you can shut it. Your sandwich was good.
Guys, my cold hands is the grilled cheese competition. Thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. And
Hey, happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Hagabeam.
Bye.
From Porg Bungang and the gang.
Bye.